Out on the racetrack. A reminder to make sure you get those raffle tickets. I want to say a special thank you to our friends at Country ATV and Cycle for providing the SSR 125 pit bike. The crown jewel of the raffle prizes. We've got a flat top grill and about 13 or 14 raffle prizes that you can see on display right behind the announcer tower here at the track. And don't forget to get your 50-50 tickets with Crater High School as we get ready for the IMCA Modifieds.
Cars on the racetrack in the 54D, that's Ashton Hedges out of White City, while 22G Paul Guglielmone representing Vacaville, California. Your current Shaw Race Cars Western Region, Oregon State point leader as well. The 42 in the Superior Fuel Cell Zone entry of Kevin Williamson out of Coburg. In the 21P from Wairika, California, Ryan Peary. Green flag is out. Looks like our first group. Again, 52 Friesen Performance IMC Modifieds on hand tonight. This is, for at least today, Jason, this is their first time hitting the racetrack. There was an open practice last night. No doubt going to be some valuable experience, but tonight is a race night. So not a lot of room to wiggle with and try quote-unquote, to play with some things. It's go time now.
It was interesting to watch practice last night as the track was hooked up from the jump, and as the night went along, it started to slick off. And Ethan Braxma turning quick time on lap number 1 and held that quick time for practice last night till, I think, about hour 3 of practice before it really slicked off, and a couple of guys were able to best that time laid down by Ethan Braxma. I believe at the end of the night, it was Nick Trencher who ended up turning the quickest lap last night here during the practice session at Southern Oregon Speedway. Great field of cars out here last night for the practice session. And 90 cars in the pit area tonight. So far, Ryan Peary, 17.184 on lap number 3. He sits atop the leaderboard, followed by the 42 of Kevin Williamson. And as soon as I say that, Ashton Hedges grabs the number 2 slot away from Kevin Williamson. Hedges turning a 17.316, and Williamson, his quickest lap so far, 17.554. So Peary atop the leaderboard, the only car to dip down into the 16 so far. With the track record being 15.471, held by Ray Diffin Jr., who is here tonight. Paul Guglielmone not registering a time according to MyRacePass.com.
Checkered flag in the drop, and this, the Legends of Dirt race that we're having this weekend, combination of the R. Charles Snyder salute as well as the tribute to Bruce Rayburn race combined together in memory of 2 great people, but also encompassing some other folks that we've unfortunately lost through the years. But it's a great tribute to some great individuals that have had a lasting impact on this great sport that we love so much.
And what a special weekend to be a part of here at Southern Oregon Speedway, as there is a lot of businesses and companies who have stepped out and individuals who have supported not only sponsoring the weekend here, like our friends at Country ATV and Cycle and Snyder Creek Development and Precision Electric, but also 40 lap sponsors helping us out at $100 a lap, and all that money going to the purse to help us pay $10,000 to the winner. And over the course of the weekend, Southern Oregon Speedway going to pay out over $50,000 in purse money between the 3 classes here.
Getting set for our next group of drivers to hit the racetrack. The 10 out of Grass Valley, California, that's Justin Tudor. In the 36 from Scio, that is John Campos. The 1M from Medford, Mark Waggy. And Chester Niss in car number 19K out of Antioch, California. And the green flag is going to fly. Here we go. 4.46 best time in hot laps for the Fraser Performance IMCA Modifieds as times start coming in. Right now, it looks like John Campos fastest in this group. Twice a Oregon State champion, 2018 IMCA Wild West Speedway champ. Third fastest overall, 16.871. Chester Ness, 16.992. Last time we saw him here was during Speed Week, but that was in a Sunoco IMCA stock cars. Boy, working the top shelf in razor-thin cushion. Looked like Justin Tudor almost got in the wall. John Campos definitely got in the wall. And checkered flag is going to drop. And John Campos will be your fastest driver in this group with a 16.871. Chester Ness, 16.992. Mark Waggy, 17.398. And Justin Tudor, 17.873. Mark Waggy, a winner here in 2025. Of course, a multi-time champion, 2016 track champion here during sanctioned competition. And, you know, he's won some big races here. He would like to bag a big money win here at a track that has treated him oh so well over the years. Next group out, it is the Superman entry. From Corbett, that is Colin Weinbarger. Joining him will be the 4Y from Wairika, California, Jimmy Lipke. 24, Curtis Towns is the car owner. The racer out of Newton, Iowa, Ethan Broxma. And the 47, the winner of the last 2 years of the state championship, Carter Patterson out of Lebanon. Ethan Broxma, the big notable name coming from the Midwest. Winner of the IMCA TV Winter Nationals at Central Arizona Raceway last January. Last month winning his second straight Dakota Classic Modified Tour. Also hot off a Harris Clash win at Boone Speedway 10 days ago from tonight. And also won the $10,000 Clash of the Creek at 141 Speedway in mid-June. Not in his own equipment, though, Jason. That's the big question mark. But it's like one of those deals. The cream always rises to the top. And that's not to take anything away from the drivers we have here, as Colin Weinbarger was second fastest overall. Ethan Broxma, though, goes below quick time and 16.377 right now. But Kevin Williamson and Carter Patterson, they are right there as far as putting some pretty notable times. So Ethan Broxma, 16.377. Carter Patterson, 16.451. Both those drivers in this group. Colin Weinbarger, fourth fastest overall, 16.627. And so that group is done. 9 wins and 33 starts. Broxman normally aboard the Trent Guest and Danny Meyer owned 111. Of course, his longtime friend and Master Chief when it comes to spinning the spanners, Drew Jensen, traveling with him, making it to Oregon. 30 top 10s and 33 starts, Jason, for the driver of the 24.
Yeah, definitely some guys talking in the pit area last night about the talent level here at the track. And, of course, you saw probably some of the comments online as soon as the confirmation graphic popped up. A tremendous amount of talent, whether it's Broxma coming from Iowa or some of our local drivers who have experienced a tremendous amount of success. Some of these guys just want to see how they stack up against the competition.
Exactly. Cars on the racetrack out of Phoenix, the 15 JT, that's Justin McCready, while the 7 Trevor LaBarge. LaBarge making the trip down from Forest Grove. Representing the OC, Oregon City's Jeff Lovell in car number 40. And Brandon Hoekstra in car number 27H from Ridgefield, Washington, just north of Vancouver. Justin McCready, limited schedule in 2025, but it's always great to see him out here. He's only got 4 starts, but he's only finished outside the top 10 one time this year. Trevor LaBarge in the 7. Also joining us from the northern part of the state of Oregon is right now Justin McCready and Trevor Labarge threatening the top five. Labarge actually goes P5 with a 16.780. Labarge 2 wins this year, both at Sunset Speedway Park, May 25th and Independence Day. Jeff Lovell has spent time between the Sunoco IMCA stock car and a Friesen Performance IMCA modified in 2025. And white flag is going to wave. It's Broxma, Patterson, Williamson, Weinbarger, and Labarge. Labarge goes to the top of the board, though. 16.368, an impressive run on that final lap. So Trevor Labarge is now your fastest driver in hot laps. We've got 14 out of 52 drivers that have took time. Now, this isn't, your fastest in hot laps. It doesn't mean, okay, cool, you get a provisional. You don't get extra points for the heat races. It's just at speed with basically the track conditions you're most likely going to see in your heat races.
Yeah, and something worth mentioning with the two groups of qualifying with the modifieds, you got Group A and Group B, and those groups are going to run together all night long tonight. So qualifying under similar conditions for Group A, and then when we get to Group B, obviously qualifying under those conditions, and then that group of race cars will race each other all night long as we get through the heat races. And of course, 2 heat races each as they flip the lineup, invert the lineup on the second round of heat races. So some great racing, and it's always fun to watch the dual heats and see how the drivers perform in each one of those heats.
Well, great to see this guy on the racetrack coming out of the 4th Bend. He's out of Quincy, California. 3-time reigning Diamond Mountain Speedway track champion in Susanville and 5-time Plymouth Family Raceway track champion Chris Neiman. Chris Neiman in the 3, Matt Camprat in the 28T, representing Granite Bay, California. Your reigning IMC Northern Sport Mod track champion of this venue and currently the point leader in the Shaw Race Cars Western region for the Rookie of the Year standings. That's Ethan Killingsworth out of Wairika, California, and your reigning track champion, Kenny Boardman Jr. out of Medford in car number 4J. Stout group of drivers on the racetrack right now. First time taking laps at speed today. Chris Neiman, fastest driver in the group. 6th quick at the moment with a 16.641. Neiman just 4 starts this year. He's yet to finish off the podium. 2 of them wins, both of them in Susanville. And 2 runner-ups, one on July 27th at Plymouth Family Raceway in his native Quincy, and last Saturday night finished 9th at Rattlesnake Raceway in Fallon, Nevada at the Alan Diaz Memorial. All right, next set of cars ready to roll on the track. You've got the 11 of Andrew Grayman out of Grants Pass. Gryman, pardon me, out of Grants Pass. 15P out of Oakley, California. That's Brian Pierce. Representing Livermore, California, that colorful 55H of Mickey Hill. Mickey Hill in the 55H. Right now just got 3 cars. Three cars currently on the racetrack, and it looks like we're just going to have 3 cars on the racetrack. So Andrew Pierce going to get the green flag. We'll go off of him. Pierce Pierce, the Western Region Rookie of the Year in 2023. Also California State Champion and won the IMCA Wild West Speed Week in the Sport Mods in 2022. He's got 3 wins, 3 starts, 1 top 10. That was 9th here on April 19th for Andrew Ryman. And Mickey Hill, 55H from Livermore. He's managed to post 1 top 5 and 2 top 10s and 4 starts. Most recently, June 27th at Ocean Speedway in Watsonville, California, his best run of the entire year. Andrew Pierce, fastest driver in this group, 8th quick with a 16.687. And that is going to do it for this trio of drivers. We'll get them back into the pit area. So we should have, I think, 1 more group left, and I think it's going to be a group of 3. Then, so these are going to be your A group drivers and then the B group drivers. So what is it? 3 heat races per group, right? 1 through 3 and 4 through 6. Is that how we busted that up?
I don't know what they settled on. 8
heat races?
No. Hold on. I'm doing math.
25G, that's Randy Schaefer out of Vacaville, California. First out, Andrew Peckham from Grass Valley, California, car number 75. And the Bill Bauer zone, number 49 of Troy Folger from Oakley, California. Also a part of this group. And ready to get to it. Is the green flag going to come out? Folger, a 2-time winner of the R. Charles Snyder Salute, winning the inaugural edition 2017, most recently 2022. Also a 2-time California State Champ. 2023 did it in the Sunoco IMC Stock Cars, 2020 in Freezer Performance IMC Modifieds. He's got 6 wins and 14 starts in 2025, both in stock car and modified competition. Randy Schaefer, a winner at Antioch Speedway on June 14th, his only win of the year. Andrew Peckham behind him in the 75. Limited starts, but does have a top 10 at Central Arizona Raceway during the Ernie Mincy Early Thaw Series. That was on January 23rd.
Just total. So, yes. Okay. So as far as the groups go, there'll be 6 total, right? Because you have 52 cars, so 8 cars, a couple are going to have 9.
So that should do it for the Group A drivers. Those are going to be the first 3 heat races in the first round and the second round. Bennett Bray out of Roseburg, car number 15B, will be the first car out in this first group for Group B drivers. Bryson James, the 2-time reigning IMCA Wild West Speed Week champion, also 2019 Shaw Race Cars Western Region champion, and last week won the Banks Mod Nationals at Sunset Speedway Park at the Tram Motorsports 13. He's joined by multi-time Speed Week champion, also winner last Wednesday at Cottage Grove Speedway in the SDMF Custom House car from Covert, Jesse Williamson. And rounding out this group, the 22LX, last year's winner of the Bud Nationals and IMCA Northern Sport Mod action. That's Clay Daly in the Chris Lewis-owned 22LX. Daly, no stranger to modified action, a 2-time California State champion, winning titles in 2006 and 2007. He's only got one start this year. Finished 7th at Ocean Speedway back on May 9th. And problems for the 15B, Bennett Bray getting sideways in the second corner. Bennett Bray has just one top 5 in 12 starts, but he does have 9 top 10 finishes to his credit. June 27th at Douglas County Dirt Track in his hometown of Roseburg. He finished 5th, his best run of the season. Bryson James has managed to win 8 times in only a dozen starts, and his track record for the last 10 races, he's finished 3 times second, 7 times he has won. That's his form in his last 10 races. Again, limited starts, just a dozen races. We're already in the month of August. Won the Modified Nationals finale at Grays Harbor Raceway in Elma, Washington on July 19th. He won 4 out of the 5 races of IMCA Wild West Speedway. Won at Willamette Speedway on May 10th. Was runner-up at the Frank Brewer Memorial G60 Classic at Cottage Grove on July 26th. And was runner-up at Willamette Speedway on May 31st. So they are cooking, to say the least. Bryson James. Jesse Williamson, not a lot of starts in that W5 machine. Got a late start in the modified, but he's managed to pick up 2 straight wins. He won Wednesday for some midweek mayhem action at Cottage Grove Speedway. They've got a limited Wednesday schedule. Also, August 2nd at Cottage Grove Speedway picked up a victory. Outside of that, their worst run was the Frank Brewer Memorial G60 Classic on July 26th. He finished 6th. Other than that, they've been on the podium 5 times in 6 starts in 2025. 6-time Cottage Grove Speedway Modified Nationals winner in sanctioned competition. Twice winning the Modified Nationals in sanctioned competition at Grays Harbor Raceway. 3 times during sanctioned action for the IMCA Wild West Speedway. And a 2-time Freedom Cup champion in Cottage Grove. Green flag is out. And we'll keep this one going. Officially, no times have been established for this flight of cars for Group B. Should be about 26 or so drivers here in Group B. These will be drivers that will participate in heat races 4 through 6 in the first round of heat races and the second round of heat races. Jesse Williamson, 16.573. Right now is the driver with the best time, 16.610. Bryson James second, Clay Daly third. I was talking about Chris Neiman's numbers. I was actually off on that a little bit. He's got 4 wins in 9 starts. We'll try and figure out where I'm wrong on my end.
Also, we do have a handful of contingency prizes, actually more than a handful, multiple handfuls of contingency prizes, and J&J Body Works putting up a certificate for the 2026 season of full body of labor from J&J Body Works for the top local non-qualifier. And we've got a fuel cell from Superior Fuel Cells, new sets of headers from Schoenfeld. We've got performance bodies and parts gift cards as well, and we'll run down some of these contingency prizes tonight and tomorrow, as there is, I believe, 38 different contingency prizes. We've got a barrel of methanol from Carson Fuel, and a lot of great businesses stepping up to help us out this weekend.
Next 4 cars on the track to talk about. We've got the 67 of Jake Walters. He is out of Banks. Jake Walters, the son of Greg Walters. He's got a podium run so far this year in 10 starts. Finished 3rd on May 3rd at Sunset Speedway Park. 64 of Ray Niffen Jr. also on the field from right here in White City. 1 top 10 in 2 starts. Finished 9th here on July 25th. Ahead of him, the 51B Brian Clark. That's one of 2 51s from the Bakersfield, California area. 3 podiums and 13 starts, including a runner-up finish on July 12th at Santa Maria Speedway, as well as May 10th at Bakersfield Speedway. Finished third. Those are a pair of his runner-up finishes. Another one was runner-up at Ventura Raceway on May 1st. Also joining them is the 50 of Brett Provost. He is out of Grants Pass. Provost's numbers this year, 1 top 10 in 6 starts, and that was a 10th place result here on May 10th. So that group is going to be done. Brian Clark, 51B, fastest in the group, 4th fastest overall, 16.953 for the 51B. Teammates with his nephew, Gavin Manning. Waiting our next drivers to come out. Devin Reed in the 58 out of Woodland, Washington. 27 starts this year. Got himself a win at Grays Harbor Raceway in Elma, Washington on July 5th in local competition. The B40 of Steve Bohr from Klamath Falls. Just 1 start this year. Finished 7th on June 28th. 31 of Zane Miner. 31Z, pardon me, he's out of Graham, Washington. He is a winner at Grays Harbor Raceway as well. Green flag is out. And Sean Nattenstead in car number 1 also accompanying them. He's out of Fernley, Nevada. 3-time reigning Nevada state champion. Last year won the Napa Know-How Tour. He's got 9 wins this year in 2025. With a pair of them coming at Lovelock, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming at Rattlesnake Raceway, and a pair of them coming at Winnemucca Regional Raceway. May 3rd at Grays Harbor Raceway is the victory of the 31Z of Zane Miner. He's got 15 top 10s and 20 starts. He's been traveling a lot in this 2025 campaign, as is Devin Reed. Zane Miner right now fastest overall in this group, 16.517. And that's going to be the time to beat, 1:6.517. Jesse Williamson, Bryson James, Devin Reed 4th with a 16.618, and Clay Daly is currently 5th right now in the Chris Lewis-owned 22LX. Next group of cars headed on the racetrack. Jeremy Ritchie in the 15J out of Phoenix. Got a big win in the stock car during the Dakota Classic Tour in North Dakota at Jamestown to open things up. Tyson Blood, the 4-time reigning Washington State champion and 3-time reigning Grays Harbor Raceway track champion. 3 championships in IMCA competition. Kevin Pendergrass out of Cottonwood, California, just south of Reading in the 66, and the 2-time reigning Bakersfield Speedway track champion at the old racetrack. That is Gavin Manning in the Don Clark on number 51G from Bakersfield, California. Great to see Jeremy Ritchie in action as Kevin Pendergrass taking some times here in car number 66. Pendergrass's numbers. He's spent some time here at Southern Oregon Speedway. Got 9 starts, 9 top 10s, 4 podiums, including July 5th and Independence Day runner-up for the 2-day weekend at Diamond Mountain Speedway in Susanville. 97 TV, Tyson Blood has managed to hit some pay dirt. 5 wins this year. A few of them coming at Grays Harbor Raceway in Elma, where he's the defending track champion. 3 of them actually, and 2 of them at Sunset Speedway Park in Banks. And Gavin Manning in the 51G has 6 wins this year. One of them during the Central California Clash on May 24th at Merced. One at Verona Speedway on June 20th. July 12th at Santa Maria Speedway. 2 wins at Bakersfield Speedway May 10th and April 18th. He won the big one at Mojave Valley Raceway on March 22nd. The Brian and Shirley Meyer Memorial. After flipping earlier in the night. Well, on the racetrack, it's going to be the Don Romer owned number 83R, twice a track champion in this venue in this division, and winner of the West Coast Modified Clash at Grays Harbor Raceway last May. He is out of Keno. That is Jeffrey Hudson. Jeffrey Hudson in the 83R, 21A. Matthew Drager out of Albany. 54N Nick Trenchard in the Bean Racing owned entry. 3-time track champion at Wairika Speedway, including last year. And the 22L from Warville, California, that's Chris Lewis. Lewis, a lot of success between stock cars and modifieds. Won the Alan Diaz Memorial last Saturday at Rattlesnake Raceway in Fallon in a stock car. And he's got 10 wins this season. And all of one in a stock car. April 18th in Fallon, managed to get the job done in a modified. 3 wins this year for the 83R of Jeffrey Hudson. Nick Trenchard has been speedy quick in 2025. A victory at Douglas County Dirt Track on July 25th. He's got a limited amount of starts. He's managed to finish on the podium 7 times this year and has only finished outside the top 10 once. Matthew Drager, a couple wins at Willamette Speedway late last month, only finishing outside the top 10 once, and that was last Saturday at the Banks Mod Nationals, finishing 12th at Sunset Speedway Park. So we have gotten times out of 19 out of approximately the 26 drivers here in Group B for the Friesen Performance IMC Modifieds. Well, this driver got back into a modified for the first time since June 17th, getting in a pretty nasty crash during Speed Week in Roseburg. But he was in the STMF house car, W5, last Saturday in Banks, now back in his own equipment. Ian Whistler out of Otis, while the V13, Gray Ferrando out of Staten. 2 wins this year for Ferrando. Last year, the track champion at Cocopah Speedway in Summerton, Arizona. Also joining them will be the 82 of Eston Whistler, the older of the 2 Whistler brothers. May 31st at Willamette Speedway and July 12th at Sunset Speedway Park. The victories for Gray Ferrando this year. Also a track champion at Willamette Speedway in 2018 and Conchco Speedway 2017. Eston Whistler, a win during Speed Week at Cottage Grove, a big win at that. He's got 4 triumphs this year. June 27th at the Douglas County Dirt Track. Another trip to Victory Lane. 24 top 10s and 26 starts for the young man out of Otis, which is just outside of Lincoln City on the northern Oregon coast, if you're unfamiliar with Oregon geography.
We'll have to radio the pace girl. I don't know where she is, but we'll need her on the front stretch here in just
16.545 seconds.
Oh, so she's ready then? Okay. I just didn't see her across the way yet. My bad.
Raceway in Casa Grande, Arizona. So 4 wins in the shot
Not too bad. Not too bad, though.
4 different racetracks in 3 different states.
Right.
So Ian Whistler goes P2, 16.530. Gray Ferrando is 3rd. Eston Whistler 5th. So a speedy group there.
Right.
As we have, I believe, just one more group coming up to time in, or to get hot laps, not to time in. Ryan McDaniel out of Olivehurst, California. 2 wins this year in just 2 starts. Diamond Mountain Speedway in Susanville on July 4th, and last Saturday at the Alan Diaz Memorial at Rattlesnake Raceway in Fallon, Nevada. Also joining them will be the 33 of Paul Ray from Eugene. Paul Ray, 10 top 10s and 12 starts, 4 top 5s, including most recently July 30th at Cottage Grove Speedway. And the 98 of Dan Scheller from Oregon City going to join them. He's got 4 top 5s and 14 starts this year. His last 5 races, he's yet to finish outside the top 10. And had a string of 4 straight 5th place finishes. April 19th at Grays Harbor, April 26th at Willamette Speedway, May 3rd at Sunset Speedway Park, and May 10th at Willamette Speedway. It's pretty impressive when you look at those numbers for the 98 car of Dan Scheller. So Zane Miner remains up top, 16.517, 91Z out of Graham, Washington. Right now, nobody in this group currently stocking the top 10 in Group B hot laps. Looks like Ryan McDaniel, fastest driver of the group, 16.802. That's 13th fastest.
They said they can hear you when somebody radios to someone, but you're not by a radio.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
And mine's been off most of the time unless, yeah.
So that should do it for hot laps for the Friesen Performance IMCA Modifieds. So Jason, we'll have opening ceremonies coming up here in just a little bit, and then we will get into racing action. Heat races will be first on the docket.
So Jordan's going to come in here to sing the national anthem. Do you want to handle the invocation, and then what do we got going? Where's that coming from? Is that the drift track? What are they looking at? I'm looking at this right here.
That's not the drift track, I don't think.
Oh, yeah, I'm just trying to see where it is.
The drift track would be like over here, right?
Yeah, but where's that? Where's it burnt? Is it to our left? But that's not it, though. That doesn't look like it's putting nothing up.
No, that's like $5. What about over there, too?
Yeah, but those don't look big enough to be the... Come on in.
Those are way too far from the drift track.
Hey, Ben,
Yes.
we will not do the dice roll on the front stretch because I forgot it, so I'll do it
Okay.
in minutes.
Okay. Keep me posted.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like 2 things going